Hey everybody, this is Miss Slaughter and I'm back with another reading video. Today we are going to be reading a book called A Time for Peace, written by Myra Antares and illustrated by Brock Nicole. Welcome to Vietnam. The shape of this beautiful country is described by one of the Vietnamese people as a pole with a rice basket on each end. It has broad areas in the north and south with a slender section in the middle. It is a land of mountains, jagged hills, rainforests, lowlands, and beautiful seashores. Much of the world's rice is grown in this tidy country. Today, Ho Chi Minh City, in the southern part of the country, is bursting with energy. The streets are noisy and crowded with traffic. Vans and cars are outnumbered by three-wheeled pedicabs. A pedicab is a bicycle pulling passenger carriages, like the one you see in the picture. Young men and women drive through the streets on motorcycles, motorbikes, and scooters, and many people ride bicycles. Lining many streets are the stalls of vendors. Their voices are so loud that they seem to be shouting hysterically to each other. Appetizing smells fill the air. If you walk down one of these streets, you could buy an amazing choice of delicious foods. The sights and sounds of the busy city streets could easily overwhelm someone not used to such a quick pace. In recent years, business people from many countries have come to Vietnam. They have invested money in new businesses and have set up Vietnamese branches of existing companies. Ho Chi Minh City is the center of much of that new development. American-style supermarkets and a new golf course can now be found in Ho Chi Minh City. Families play a very important part in the lives of most Vietnamese people. In many families, the grandparents, parents, and children all live together and help each other. Often both parents work and the grandparents care for the children. Families expect their children to work hard at home and in school. In elementary school, children learn to read, write, and do mathematics. Children must learn as much as possible so they will be able to earn a good living for their own families. Many Vietnamese people believe that positive changes in their country will come about through new development and technology. At the same time, they do not want the change to overwhelm their traditional customs and ways of life. For this reason, Vietnamese people will occasionally resist a new development that clashes with tradition. For example, an Australian developer built an 11-story glass and marble office building in Ho Chi Minh City. It towered above the traditional buildings of the old business district. Newspaper editorials called the new building disgusting. The local government suggested that the top 5 stories be removed. Even with all its energy and activity, Vietnam is still a poor country. The average annual income in most parts of Vietnam is equivalent to about $200. Wow. Workers in Ho Chi Minh City have the highest income in the country, and even that is only about $810 per year. Many Vietnamese believe that their economy will improve. They value education as the way to a better life. Wow. Hanoi is located in the northern part of the country. It has an interesting history that can still be seen in the streets and buildings. The government of the French Indochina was located in Hanoi from 1887 to 1954. The city has the flavor of a French city. Although it was damaged in the Vietnam War, it has been rebuilt since the 1960s. Today, tourists visit the city from all over the world. Hanoi is full of activity as people go about their business. Many different languages can be heard if you listen closely. Like people in Ho Chi Minh City, residents and visitors to Hanoi enjoy the appetizing foods available in the marketplace. Vietnam is the world's 3rd leading rice exporter. Rice is grown in 2 main regions in Vietnam. Not far from Hanoi is an area known as the Red River Delta. From one field to the next, rice can be seen in different stages of farming. While some rice fields are flooded, others are being plowed. Occasionally, you will see men and women carrying baskets of water. These workers are moving irrigation water from one field to the next. Water buffalo used to plow the fields. Even today, water buffaloes still outnumber tractors in Vietnam. Wow. At the southern end of the country lies the Mekong River Delta. This is Vietnam's most important rice growing area. One half of Vietnam's rice crop is grown there. There are at least 2,000 miles of waterways, small streams, and irrigation canals throughout the delta. About 1/5 of Vietnam's population lives in the delta region, and most of the delta's residents work in the rice field. Today, Vietnam is an exciting destination for tourists. There are many regions of great natural beauty to visit. Vietnam's mountain valleys and lush rainforests are a peaceful tropical paradise. One of Vietnam's most interesting attractions lies in the north. Not far from the coastal city of Haiphong is Hai Long Bay. This beautiful body of water is filled with about 3,000 tiny islands. Many of the islands are jagged rocks that rise straight out of the water. These islands are covered with tropical plants. In Hai Long Bay, guides take tourists on boat rides to discover hidden coves and inlets. An especially exciting way to tour Ha Long Bay is to take a torch-lit hike at night. Guides lead tours to many of Vietnam's most scenic attractions. Hiring a guide is probably the best way to meet Vietnamese people as you travel around the country. A guide can serve as an interpreter so you can talk to people you meet. Sometimes tour guides even tell funny stories that make the tourists laugh hysterically. You see them laughing. People in the villages up and down Vietnam are usually very friendly. They welcome visitors and are eager to speak to Americans. Having an interpreter is a great way to learn about life in Vietnam from the people themselves. Vietnam is at peace now and has opened itself up to the world for trade and cultural exchange. The Vietnamese people work hard to continue improving their economy. They look forward to a bright future. The end. So let's go ahead and think about a few questions. So it asks, what was the main idea of this story? So basically we could see that, in Ho Chi Minh City and different parts of Vietnam, they are very big on family. They're very big on growing rice. They're also very big on cultural customs and keeping things the way they want it. Very different than America. And then also we saw that the highest income in Ho Chi Minh City was $810 per year. That is crazy. To some people in America, that's one paycheck. To some doctors in America, that's one day's worth of work. So comparing that to what we have in America, I can definitely say that we are blessed. But I hope you guys enjoyed this story as much as I did. A Time for Peace. And let's go ahead and talk about it with our friends and family. And then I will see you guys here next time. Bye.